Hello and welcome to the Landscape Revival 2021 digital booth for the Vadnais Lake Area Water Management Organization, known as VLAWMO. This is a short talk to get familiar with who we are and what we do. My name is Nick Voss. I'm Education Outreach Coordinator here at VLAWMO. And because this digital presentation is not as fun as being at the event in person, I'll try to make it better with a few brilliant jokes. Just brilliant. So brace yourself. Here we go. We are a 24 square mile watershed in the Northeast Metro. We consist of all or parts of the cities you see here: Gem Lake, White Bear Township, White Bear Lake, Vadnais Heights, North Oaks, and Lino Lakes. Your work to include native plants on the landscape actually supports our mission to protect and enhance the water resources in the watershed, and I will tell you a little more on how that is. But first, we should include the big picture of the watershed. We use water quality data to guide our projects and programs, and SechiDisc, for example, is one of the ways we measure water quality. SechiDisc is a way to look at the health of a lake through the visibility. How far into the lake can you see, into the water column? Lakes on the left of the graph are generally pretty healthy. These are above the state standard, which is that dotted line you see here. Black Lake, Gem Lake, Birch, Charlie, and Amelia. These are healthy lakes with high visibility. Lakes on the right, though, are less for visibility. They are also higher in nutrient levels and experience more algae blooms. Gilfillan, West Goose, West Vadnais, and East Goose, Tamarack Lake. Those lakes we're trying to improve, and the lakes that are doing well, we're simply trying to protect. We have a lot more data, fact sheets, information on our website, so if you're interested in the data angle, we encourage you to check that out or ask us for questions. Like I said, really important to include the jokes in this booth. First one is just today, someone knocked on the door and asked for a small donation towards the local swimming pool. I was glad to contribute a glass of water. And moving right along, we have a variety of projects that we include in our programs. We have a bunch of information on projects such as videos, pictures, and the backstory of each one on vlamo.org/projects. Examples include the Central Middle School bioswale and the Lambert Lake Pond and Meander. There's the Birch Lake Shoreline Restoration, which includes a variety of native plants that you will be seeing at the Landscape Revival. And the Birch Lake Sand Iron Filter. This is a filter installed new in 2020 to treat stormwater runoff going into Birch Lake. It's an example of protecting a lake that's doing well in a spot that we observe is a problem area, sending high nutrients and high stormwater runoff into the lake. Next joke. It was actually about a emu in the sea, but sadly it's dead in the water. The joke's just dead in the water. And all right, we have our cost share program. We have a lot of information available at vlamo.org/grants, how to apply, as well as examples of past cost share grants. A variety of projects are included, from very practical to high diversity pollinator focus. Whatever your aesthetic preference and maintenance preference is, we definitely support that. On the right, you see a project that's really along the lines of pollinator, high diversity, lots of plants. Great project if you're going that direction. On the left, it's a little more practical, smaller plant diversity. It can still be valuable to the watershed to have a a variety of these because it's more important that they work out in the long run for your maintenance opposed to trying something extravagant every time. And a small project like what you see on the right is again valuable. This is a way to consolidate stormwater from the driveway and the rooftop so that it doesn't disperse across a lawn. A lot of lawns can experience inundation, be pretty soppy or wet after a rain event. It makes it not as appealing to play in. It makes it hard to mow. So a rain garden can be a way to still retain water on the landscape, collect it, store it, treat it so that it's cleaner when it moves on through the watershed through groundwater opposed to surface water, surface runoff along the street. And similar on the left, another simple planting plan, but important for the watershed. We combine our grants with Lawns to Legumes. This is a statewide program through the Board of Water and Soil Resources. When an application from Lawns to Legumes is coupled with a local watershed grant, such as ours, it really gets more competitive. It demonstrates more traction. It gets to the top of the pile opposed to other projects that's not connected to a local grant. So we help those projects along. We can help plan them and be part of the design and planning for long-term maintenance of those projects to be sure they're successful. Water stewardship. This is an important category for water-friendly lawn care as well as in-home water conservation and water use. We have tips at VLAWMO.org/residents on how to implement these practices, understand what they're for, and just get to know them so that when it's familiar, they can be easier to do, easier to accomplish. Last joke of the day, really important. What does a cloud wear under their raincoat? Thunderwear. Yeah, I know. Just great. Connect with us. We have a volunteer program, a variety of social media, and an email newsletter. VLAWMO.org Get Involved is a great way to see what we're up to and how you can be involved. We have some fun things happening. With that, thanks for attending, thanks for following, and we will be in touch and available after the event. Take care. Have a great summer.